circling back to Kayda to be like, I need to talk to somebody. It's like the girl you just
right. Kayda was looking like,
yeah, I'm with my man.
I ain't the one. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love Island USA, Season 8, Episode 4. This one was a doozy, baby. The villa is waking up, ho. We up, bitches. We got drama tonight, okay? And before we get into all of it, please make sure you support your girls and get your t-shirt right here on the screen. It says watching Love Island like it's my full-time job. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and be in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. We love hearing from you guys. You guys have interesting theories, interesting opinions. So let us know what you think. Because like Victoria said, the villa is, it's live on the women's side and the women's side, okay? So before we get into all of the drama, again, let's shout out this week's sponsor. It's the Black Girls Journal, a self-care and wellness brand owned by yours truly. We create guided journals with affirmations and prompts organized by various moods. Our collection includes everything from a dating journal to an affirmations journal and a bunch of other wellness products like affirmation candles and affirmation teas to help you prioritize protecting your peace. Because while the islanders are busy ignoring red flags, you don't have to be. The link to shop is in the show notes. All right, so let's get into this episode. Headliner today, Melanie. Somebody called her Melanie Mustafa, and I'm like, I don't know.
She tipping. That toe is in the water. It's in the water. Girl, reel it back. 10 minutes.
Girl, I actually was like, you all right, Melanie? Because
yeah, no, for real.
It's giving, are you okay? The 10 minutes is giving, are you okay, girl? Because I'm sorry.
Honestly.
I think I got Bea. I got Bea in that back and forth, verbal or physical. I'm sorry not to go there with it, but so maybe you do need to chill out for your own,
Any of them really, and definitely not Kayda. But I think Kayda would take her too. And I don't know if you saw, but it's actually been some videos resurfacing of Kayda getting in a fight in high school, and she was talking to this white girl, and the white girl, everybody's like, oh my God, Kayda was a bully. Like the girl is coming out like Kayda was a bully, but it was very clear in the exchange that she said something at the side of her neck, and Kayda slapped her and punched her in the face, and everybody been like, Kayda is a rising client, and that is facts. We stand with Kayda because what happened? What that white girl said, okay? What she said.
I ain't see the video, but I see tonight's episode, and all of the whatever I want to call it stand on business challenge. What was it? I don't even know what the boss
that was.
Did. Whatever it was, she stood on business. Okay, she was like, baby, I'm tit for tat. And I love me a good tit for tatter, especially when somebody didn't start it. She tried to reassure you. She said, the conversation didn't flow. That's your man. That's not my man. But if you want to keep coming for me, he could be my man. He could be my man,
Most definitely.
Like, what the hell?
And I'm going to win the war because I'm confident and I stand 10 toes down, bitch. And I'm not finna be flustered and all over the place.
Because I'm not even sure if Melanie likes the new guy as much as she loves that Sincere will fucking lose his shit if she were to recouple. I think she likes the story arc that it gives her if she recouples with him. So I pray to God he don't recouple with her. Like, I don't want that.
It's both.
I'm not a huge fan of her. I mean, I think she thinks he's attractive for sure. But I think that, you know how sometimes like you get crazy in love and you like, I want this man, even though he this man, and that man is better. I don't even want no better man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is possibly her situation. Like, she's doing, I think, all of this to ensure that Sincere gets his ass licked. And if it was anybody else other than Melanie, I'd be okay with, this man getting his ass handed to him. But I'm not a fan of Melanie.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of her either. And I think it's both. I think it's a little bit of she's trying to get her lick back and give a little bit of like, you do it, I could do it better. And also too, I think she's boy crazy. And I think she wants the attention. And I think she's trying to like state her dominance of like anything I want, I can get. Because that's what she said. She was like, I can have anything I want, whatever I want. Cause I'm like, girl, 2 days ago you was crying about them not liking you and not fucking with you. So which one is it? Can you get it or can you not?
Like, maybe she can get it. Maybe she can't keep it. Maybe that's what.
Child, it was too much.
What I don't like about the whole dynamic is that it's clear that Melanie's entire confidence is based off of her physicality. Like, to me. And so it's like, don't sway up your chest. You know what I'm saying? About anything against anybody when you are low-key doing what they say you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like you're not going to be able to back that up because they're not arguing with looks. You know what I'm saying? And if that's all you have in your arsenal as to like what you're like, that's what I say. Bea, I take Bea in a battle with her, and I take Kayda too because Kayda was a real one, and she came to her. She's like, "Yeah, I picked you because I thought this would sting more," you know. And then she's like, she knows she had to fold because she can't. In the presence of somebody who's strong like Kayda, she can't stand on her ground because it was weak ground. It's like, this girl doing too much. I'm not a fan of her. And then also circling back to Kayda to be like, I need to talk to somebody. It's like, the girl you just...
Right. Kayda was looking like,
yeah, I'm with my man.
I ain't the one. Yeah. Nah. No, and we talked about that yesterday with her not being able to... Well, I put it in the context of like pretty privilege when... You know, you're so used to throwing your physicality at men or letting that lead how you interact with other people. It's really difficult to like be able to stand firm in an identity and have confidence and walk with the values that you would like to possess as a woman. Because I'm sure she has all of these things and she wants to be those things. But it's like, if you keep walking down this path and then also you're not a person who wants to understand, you're constantly wanting to be understood, you're going to continue to have these interpersonal conflicts because you weren't even listening. We're talking about the impact that you had on the group conversation, and you're saying, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Sometimes we don't need to argue intent. We need to talk about the impact of your actions. And the impact of your actions is, we have a girly here who's feeling a little insecure. She doesn't have a connection. And if you weren't so all about yourself, Miss, I don't want my man talking to nobody else, then you would have been able to understand the assignment a little bit. But because you're all about you and what you want and what you need, you're not in a place to understand anybody. And all you're going to do is push people away. That's why I said yesterday, Sincere had a little bit more, the communication was a little bit more up there because it's like, we need to just bring it down just a little bit so that we can actually have a conversation. You can't just be instantly in defense mode, wall up. Everything I say is just bouncing off of you and think we're about to have a conversation and get to a middle ground.
And also, I think like, I will say like, I don't feel like the ladies called her out for the thing that I think they should have called her out for, which was taking him. Because I do think that taking him is like, oh, that's all well and good if that's what we doing. But if we like girls and we're just going to allow the opportunities to naturally unfold, and I'm not trying to say like never take him. You get what I'm saying? He just got here. It's been 6 minutes. Y'all sitting on this couch together. And so I feel like that was definitely, I'm not here for y'all bitches. I'm here to get mine. Excuse me. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so don't come with that energy of like, I'm here to get mine. Peace out. And then expect besties to meet you when you get back. Like, pick a lane. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all within her right to take him and go and do her thing with him. It's all within her right. But do not expect these girls to be your best friends after that, because it's like, this was... any of them, like, it's very opportunist, because any of them could have said, hey, do you mind, any of them could have done it, and then it would have taken the opportunity from her. So I feel like she wasn't being communal, she wasn't being girls, but she the one that said that she don't believe in the girls. She said being a girl is
it's
like
your actions.
And I'm like,
and she ain't got the actions either, baby. Sometimes you need both, and she don't have either, it seemed like. Absolutely. But I will also say, I'm pretty sure they would have been able to get to that point of, we would have been expecting Mackenzie to talk to him first. I know it wasn't a group conversation when Bea and Kenzie were talking about the idea of Kenzie being able to talk to, what's his name? Corbin first or whatever. That was a conversation they had. But either way, the way Melanie came back into that conversation, they couldn't get there. Bea couldn't get there and say, like, not only were you constantly positioning yourself in front of other people, so now it's no longer a group conversation. You trying to have a conversation with just you and him. You also pulled him. Like, it wasn't going to get there. She was already defensive.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think she was defensive, but I think it's like, a guilty dog barks. I think that when you already understand that you done did some shit that's, not in the spirit of harmony, then you're like already going to be defensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, and you're kind of like, it takes nerves to like, be like, hey, let me pull you for a chat just out the blue when that wasn't the flow. And so... it's interesting.
She might be used to being top dog in her friend circle and being able to walk all over people. But it's like everybody here is the top dog in their circle. You know what I'm saying? You not finna walk all over Kayda. You not finna walk all over a Trinity. You not finna walk all over a Bea. You know what I'm saying? So she about to learn real quick because they not letting her sit in the delusion. And they all sat there and said, including the men, was like, this is kind of weird because you just blew up everything yesterday because this man had a chat with Kayda. You was being petty in the challenge. Now you see this man who all of a sudden now you have a type. Now you got a type and you just ready to just jump on him. I don't know. It was not becoming of a young lady for sure. So
yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, I'm not a huge fan of her. Is growing as not a huge fan of her. But that point that the guys made, I think that was well placed as well. Just the hypocrisy of it. But I think it goes into that, like, if you cheat, I'm going to cheat bigger. If you do this. And so it's like, if you explore, I'm going to explore bigger. But I think the problem with that is, like, you can do that energy when you on some real city girl shit. You know what I'm saying? When you really don't give a fuck. But when you're doing it with your heart, like, girls who live in their heart can't do shit like that. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? You're more better off just saying, like, yo, you hurt me and I'm gonna take the L, but I'm not fucking with you. And then just bounce. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to trying to play their game because you're not built like that and it's not gonna land the same way. But we'll see how it goes. They did say that, like, Corbin seemed like he was leaning into Kayda. I don't know. The guys were saying that. I don't know what.
And tell who he liked, to be honest, in that conversation. It seemed like he was. I don't know. He seemed very neutral.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I wish we had an episode tomorrow. I'm like, nah, y'all wanna give us the tea and the juice, but like, then
they always do that.
Day? Okay.
But I will say that, though, one thing that Melanie is going to have to learn, though, is if she wants a man to respect her and to not look at her as like, oh, I get tired of you, or whatever it is that she said, usually is how she feels, ends up happening. You can't throw yourself at a man. You can't just be like, hey, I'm here. Like, you gotta allow the chase to happen a little bit. That way you are for sure that you can be for sure that it's mutual. When you're constantly doing the runaround and you trying to set the pace and you're managing the tone of the relationship, you're not going to get that reciprocity because now you just the manager and you're not getting what you're looking for. You're not feeling the way you want to feel. Just like, and she did it with Sincere, low key. Like, you're not letting things naturally kind of play out and be in the observant position, as you say. So now you're not about to end up with anything you want. Like, I don't know if that energy is going to be met with. And I will also say, I do think, I am going all over the place, but I do think the guys, they got a little bit of sense. Because even Sean was like, I was not really feeling that she wouldn't, that Kenzie would sit down and have a conversation with,
wouldn't talk with Zach. Yeah.
Right. And now they're talking about the way that Melanie is going about this situation and how she just blew up on KC, but now she all giddy and whatnot. So they little brotherhood circle
And I'm gonna say I like the bromance. It's like, especially Sincere and Sean, they keep coming to have their little chats. I was like, that's real cool. I like that. You know.
Yeah. So
cool.
the brotherhood circle, they about to chit chat and be like, yeah, Melanie about to be. She need to be something you stay away from because it's red flag, red flag, red flag.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. And I'm like, with Melody, it's like, it's this guy. He's not here. He doesn't know now. Great. Even if he picks you, he doesn't know what's happening. They're going to clue him in. He's going to learn. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to very likely affect how he sees you if he's got sense, you know, if he's got sense. Because to me, even all the questions she was asking, I'm like, damn, first sit down. We like, do you want kids? Do you like, I can't remember what else she asked him, but I'm like, damn, how about like, what's your personality? Like, how do your friends describe you? Something more lightweight than, do you want kids? Whatever she was asking, it was kind of deep. But one thing I do want to say on the exchange between her and the ladies, Trinity, new personality pop up, like new aspect of her personality was apparent to me. She liked to be a peacemaker because she was definitely talking shit when she was away, and then when she came in there, Trinity was like, "I understand both sides." I was like, Trinity.
Great. I'm like,
I don't think that Trinity is like, I'm not trying to say like she not about that life. I do think she is. I could just tell, you know, I could tell. But I know people who operate with certain people that if they still fuck with you, they're very much people pleasers. And then if they don't fuck with you, then the shit comes out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I feel like I can see that element of her personality might exist, because I definitely put my money on her to come with the shits if she don't fuck with you. But I think she kind of does that people pleasing, playing the peacemaker if she's still, you know, she still thinks there's value there in the relationship and the dynamic. So
and I'm sure they don't, like, she didn't want it, or any of the girls didn't want it to end up being a fight. I think
and be
Bea is just more so about that life, and she wouldn't care. I also think too, though, like, if you are going to be in a conversation where you are being very clear about how you feel about something, I'm not saying you got a dog pile and now it needs to be a 3-against-1 situation, because that's what it would have been if Trinity and Anaya both decided to add into the conversation. Like, Bea decided to lead it, so it's like cool. But still, you know, you could have just stayed quiet. Just stay quiet a little bit, or have a little side convo.
I have no issue with it. It was a little clarity on her personality a little bit. And it seems like she desires to be like a little bit of a peacemaker in situations.
I'm just saying for future situations, like just in general, like when you are that person in a dynamic like that, because you were very clear about how you felt. Mm-hmm. So it's like, don't come back now and say like, you see both sides, because you don't. You actually don't. Like, you did not like how this was happening, and you were also blocked by her actions. You know what I'm saying? Because she made a little comment about, a little slick comment, like, girl, I couldn't see, you know, you was all up, you know. But then when things got heated, I could tell she was trying to de-escalate the situation.
And that may be part of her wisdom too, you know, because I think she's a little wise, young one.
She's wise as well. And Melanie, even walking around that circle doing that 10 minutes, I'm like, girl, if you need 10 minutes for this, I don't want to see no big situation, because all you did was get addressed for really some slight shit that all you had to do was apologize for, and it could have been a keep it pushing moment. Like, even Kenzie handled that conversation with Bea very well. Like, it's just said, oh, I didn't realize I made you feel that way, and you explain your side and we can move on. Like, not being able to take any type of criticism or anybody being able to address you always having something to say though, and your feelings needs to be the ones that are heard and understood. It's not fair. And I am wondering, like, what her friendships, you know, might be like in real life. I did want to also bring up Kenzie, because in the beginning of the episode, Gabriel had mentioned that Kenzie was her type, and I was surprised by that, because then when he talked to Bea, he was like, oh, but you know, the cultural differences and things like that. I'm like,
and then things turned him off.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed girl your type, but also you're turned off by cultural differences. Every blonde haired, blue eyed girl, for the most part, is going to have some cultural differences, Gabriel. So which one is it? And then, Sean commented on, kissing her at breakfast, I think in yesterday's episode. And then he went over and initiated that kiss at nighttime. I said, well,
all that tongue action. I was like, is this a turtle tongue? What is this?
Right. I'm like, so do you like her or do you not? Like, what's up? But the only time we've heard him actually say anything was in that conversation with Sincere, when he said, I don't really like the immature vibes that are going on.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I was like, bruh, why are you kissing her then? Because what you think she gonna do when you flip around and be like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be mature Kenzie that shows up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what you see. Probably and amplified.
You're correct. And two, it's like, if you don't like her, don't play with her. Because to me, when he went over and kissed her at night, I was like, you just kissing her so you got somebody to kiss. That's what it's feeling like. Like, this ain't even something you want. For real. But I will say, Kenzie had all the boys turned upside down in that challenge.
Yeah.
They said, oh, the dancer came out, baby.
Yeah. Like, she did. Like, I think her splits always will take her over the top for these things, because it is kind of like she can do a full split. I'm like, girl, I used to be a cheerleader in high school, and I didn't even know how to do a split. And we had to practice them. We had to stretch, and I was like, damn, I never got to. I mean, I could do it, but like a struggle one.
Yeah, same. I was a cheerleader too. They used to try and break our legs. I'm like, girl, my shits ain't going.
See?
Yeah, they would put us up against the wall and like push us. But let's move into Melanie and Sincere specifically. Now, when he was talking about, I feel like I just went through all the stages of grief in 25 minutes. And then he was talking about, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. I wanted to be like, Sincere, this is the blaring red flag. What you feeling right now? This is how toxic cycles in relationships start. And I know this is very early days and all that stuff, but those heightened emotions, the ups and downs, it's good and then it's bad. It's good. And there's no like middle ground. This is how toxic cycles and trauma bonding in relationships start, and why you are feeling now the stages of grief for somebody you have known for 72 hours. This is how it starts. This is how we develop super deep attachments, because at the end of the day, our brain is wired to win and we want what we want. And so you're going to keep going back and forth with this girl if you don't pull out.
Yeah.
Pull out, Sincere. Pull out. Go get you the other fish. Go get the other fish.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I think that's a really good point. And especially like that trauma bonding, like a lot of times people think trauma bonding is like having the same trauma. It is literally this cycle of intermittent reinforcement. It's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. It's like slot machines. That's why they're so addictive. Trauma bonding basically is addiction. So I see that. And I think, I'm glad you pointed that out, because it is often that we don't realize how does it start? But this is just like a sped up version of it, because they're with each other for 24, like all day, all night and stuff. But yeah, one of the things I did want to say though is like the way Melanie, it's interesting. Melanie and Kenzie, I think, did this. But Melanie was talking about how she wanted him to like just be upfront about it and say like, oh, I was interested in exploring just be, basically be a man, and I feel her on that. I do think he was trying not to do that. Like, even as he talks about it, sometimes he's like, he says it, but he says he's taking accountability for that, but he's not really. However, this is a small point, and she is like it's not the biggest thing in the world. It is a point, and they be having like a little small valid point. You know what I'm saying? Like even about Kenzie and Zach. You know what I'm saying? Saying like, oh, I wish he would have told me up front. Whatever. Okay, he could have been more clear. I mean, I know he said what he said about she not his type, but he could have said like, yeah, I'm not interested in exploring because it's not happening for me. But they be taking these small points, and then they be like. Like, trying to give birth, make it dilate and drive a car through it. Like, that's what the problem is with these ladies. It's like they gotta just like let the small point have a small reaction, because it's not that it's not a valid point. Like he's two fishes. He said he was doing a little, but it's like you driving a car through what is a little hole, and that's where it gets out of hand. So we'll see what happens.
And too, for the sake of your nervous system, allow the small point to be a small point instead of allowing yourself to get like just so upset about it and dysregulated over it, and now you're doing stuff and you're not recognizing the impact of what you're doing. Like, I'm sure Kenzie is not thinking about like, okay, what is the perception that's possibly happening here, because I'm sitting here swerving this dude over something that's not that big of a deal, because we are here to explore at the end of the day, and it was less than 24 hours. Melanie, we are here to explore. Yes, y'all said y'all really liked each other. That does not mean that somebody else, as you see, can come through the door and you also be interested in them. So let's just relax a little bit. So yeah, child, they need to hone in on the fact that it's small, it's little, and you have the right to feel how you want to feel, but don't allow it to brew and stir, and now you a hot ass mess because of it.
Yeah. Yes. For sure. Do we want to talk about Corbin as a whole, or like, do we have any thoughts about him? Because all the ladies are loving him. I actually still think Sincere is better looking. On his Instagram, Corbin is better looking than he is when I see him here. Like, I'm like, he looked better.
The pictures I saw, I was like, okay, this man is. I was like, who should let little cougar in me? But yeah, when he came on the screen, I do like his accent. I was trying to figure out where he was from. I don't know. I might have missed it.
Miami.
But his accent is nice. He has a nice tone to his voice. But I am with you. Sincere. I'd even probably say Sean might be a little bit more cute still than Corbin to me. They like kind of right there. I think it's that height on Corbin that take him. But I'm 5 feet, so it's like all y'all motherfuckers.
Are you 5
tall.
feet? I don't know why I don't realize that. I'm always surprised when I hear people's height, but I guess you are. I wonder who he's gonna choose, like, because it seems like he might have the choice to be able to recouple with. They might do a recoupling the way, like, with him getting the first choice, and then everything recoupling based on that. I don't know.
Well, it's more guys, so that means the girls would be choosing who they want to couple up with, and it would be the guy either up to go home.
So he doesn't get to choose. It will be the women who are going to choose whether it's him or not. Oh my god! And they're gonna do all the drama. They're gonna give Melanie the first pick, and she's gonna pick because they want that drama.
Either that, or I mean, and it might be still too early for anybody to go home, and so whoever's left will just be like single and vulnerable. But
they said they said dumps. They said there's gonna be a dumping, or somebody's getting dumped. They use
did they say that?
Yeah, but I don't know if that meant go home.
Yeah, dump is go home. Somebody might be going home. So we'll see. It's a lot of mixing right now with Kenzie, between Gabriel and Sean. Who knows how that'll go?
But
we don't know.
It's extra guys. So that means that one of the guys.
Not sure. Corbin gonna get took by somebody though. I know Corbin ain't going home.
Who gonna get left off?
I don't know. And Trinity and Bryce, they seem like now they on the same page. Based on their conversation today. I still wasn't necessarily buying it.
Yeah, and I'm like, Trinity, I hope you're not buying it either, girl.
Right. I'm like, Trinity, no, I want you to feel desired, sis, because you are a beautiful woman. So this ain't it.
And she took that hair, like, she wet and wavy. I'm like, okay, wet and wavy. I can see it. It did get a little flicked after the challenge, but I'm like, once, the challenge is a challenge, it's topsy-turvy.
But she put that bandana on. She knew what to do. She could have time to get it together.
Yeah. So I like the wet and wavy. That was a cute look for her. I like it better than the straight.
Yeah. And then Casey and Anaya, she seemed like she got a little jealous during the challenge. With the attention that Casey got.
And what's the face? Melanie ass pulling Casey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Melanie, she a little hypocritical in a lot of ways. It's like, because that alone was hypocritical,
Yeah. She wants what she wants. And that's hard to work with. It's hard to work with.
I'm not sure if that's what it is, though. I really think it's all, she's a tit for tatter. and she is tit for tatting and using other people because I think she thinks you should be graced by my conversation with you. You should be. So she's using other people to as proxy to like take jabs at the person that she really likes, which I think is sincere. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
One thing I will say, I did not like Bea coming for the 52. You talking about? I ain't sure the plumbing still works. Like, how we all talking about where we all heading, girl? Have some
I mean, she at that age though where 52 seems very far. 52 seems
J-Lo
like
ass
mom.
is 52.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
child,
saying?
they don't be thinking about it in that context. When I was 20, I was thinking 50, like, woo, should let everything go shrivel up and be done. Titties gonna be sagging. Oh my God. Now I know 50s can be popping, you know?
Girl, look. But anyway, that was that. And then Casey ass got 17 siblings. I was like, I can see
mama,
it.
Daddy is busy.
Yeah, he said 7 on mama's side, 10 on daddy's side. That was a lot.
Both busy.
Yeah, busy. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else on the episode. You got anything else?
That's it. That's all.
I do got one thing. Sorry. Zach asked, like, Kayda was in the bed. She was like kissing all over him. Zach spoiled. Zach, somebody put in the comments how like,
in that one challenge,
he like cowgirl is basically, he said he lazy in bed. I'm like, I can see it. I can see it for sure.
I mean, he also said at the challenge, I like a dominant woman. So
yeah.
But he better step his cookies up, baby.
I know, because I wonder who Corbin's gonna pick. Like, I would love him to pick somebody that, like, I just don't want him to pick Melanie, but
I want him to pick somebody that he likes and it not be her.
I want it to be somebody that's not her.
Yeah. We'll see.
I lightweight wanted to be Kayda, but then I'm like, Kayda's happy with Zach, you know? But it would be nice to have that, like, just that little one chin check, and then he can get a moment to figure out who he actually likes, because she's probably... And then plus, I want Kayda to have options. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Kayda. Alrighty, I think that's it for this episode. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify, and make sure you check the description for your Watching Love Island Like It's My Full-Time Job t-shirt and the Black Girls Journal for all your wellness needs. And we will catch you for Sunday's episode. Bye.
Bye.